the lovely Russian chats, because that's what we do. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Let me fix this. Okay. Broadcast here. To be fair, I'm having a lovely evening, so I really don't want to spend time talking to Russians, but you know, it is what it is, and it's going to be what it is. Please tell me if I have any Ukrainian paraphernalia anywhere, if I have anything that identifies me as Ukrainian. Please tell me if you see anything Ukrainian in the background. I think the bunnies are pretty covered. I think I don't really have anything Ukrainian, except I do have that massive ring light, which probably, hi Lauren, hi Prexis, which probably should be removed. But then again, like, you can't really tell what that is, right? But then you can tell if I like were to turn it off, you would see it. Hi Garth, we're going to be talking to Russians. There is no way for me to set up the camera, so right now that you guys on TikTok can see them, you can hear them though. But on YouTube, you will be able to see them. I don't know how long I have it in me to do this today, but hi Jessica, but I shall try to do it for as long as one can. Hi Tammy. I'm gonna be talking to Russians on Chatroulette, so let's see. Alrighty, I'm gonna start this strong. Well, actually, let me see. I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes so more people get here. Hi, Kathleen. I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes. I'm gonna give a couple of minutes to YouTube so more people get here. Hi, everyone. If you're not on YouTube, you're gonna be able to hear me here and see me here. You're not gonna be able to hear you're gonna be able to hear them but not see them through TikTok, but on YouTube you can see and hear. See and hear. Sorry. Oh my gosh, one sec. Let me deal with one little situation here. One tiny teensy little situation. 1 second. Let me respond to a text message. Yeah, Chatroulette, yep. Hi, Scott. I'm going to YouTube, see you there. So I came over to YouTube. Okay, hi everybody on YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to exit out of my iMessage here because I'm getting some text messages that I'd like to not show all over YouTube. Rules violators will be banned. Try to keep your face visible in camera frame. Okay, all right. I'm gonna do this. Hi everyone.
Добрый вечер.
Hello. Do you speak English?
No, sorry. But...
Okay.
What's happening?
Hello.
Hello?
Do you speak English?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Hello. Do you speak English? Sorry?
English, no.
Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
She's scared.
Oh my god.
Is you thinking you're down?
Okay, well that's weird. United States, Poland, United States, Romania. Hi.
Hello.
Do you speak
Okay.
English?
What?
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Do you speak English?
Yes, yes.
Oh, cool. How are you? I can barely hear you.
My name is Alejandro. My name is Ramazan.
Okay, hi. Nice to meet
How
you.
you do you?
Sorry?
How you do you?
How am I doing?
Yes, yes, just telephone speech.
Oh,
Translation.
translation. Okay.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Second.
Okay.
Second.
Sure.
How are you?
How am I? I'm good. How are you? Why? You don't speak English though.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry, but these dudes just Google translated, "Hi, how are you?" and then asked me for my phone number. First of all, like this was not gonna go anywhere. Okay. We're gonna try to find something more intelligible. Hi.
Hi.
Do you speak English?
Little bit
A little bit. Hi. Where are you from?
from New York.
From New York?
Yes.
But why does your location say Russia?
I don't know, it's some mistake. I sometimes I speak with Russian people
Gotcha.
and not changes. I don't know why. Where are you from?
New York.
You from New York?
Yes, I'm from New York.
Do you speak Russian or not?
No,
No. Where are you from originally?
New York.
No. You was born in New York?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I'm
Where
from
do you live?
New York. Huh?
No. I live in Brighton Beach, close to Brighton Beach.
Gotcha.
Yeah, where do you live?
In Brooklyn, but I'm not gonna tell you where I live if I don't.
Yeah, don't worry. No, just, this is interesting. What are you doing in New York?
What am I doing in New York? Well, I'm a designer. I design clothes in New York. Yeah.
You design clothing designer?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing talking to Russian people on here?
No, sometimes I wanna know what's going on in Russia, and I told them these people from Russia, and
Wait, you said you live in Brighton Beach?
I live in Brighton Beach.
No, you said you live in Brighton Beach, right?
Close to Brighton Beach, close to 11 Brighton Beach.
No. Didn't they just rename it to Ukrainian Way?
Say again?
Didn't they just rename the neighborhood to Ukrainian Way?
This Brighton Beach, yes. This now somebody tell me yesterday. This now not Brighton Beach. This is Ukraine. Yeah, it changes. I think it changes name.
That's interesting. Are you Ukrainian then, or?
No. I am half Georgian, half Russian.
Oh. So what do you think? What do you think about the whole thing?
I don't know. I don't have idea. I just wanted to let's see. This is a big problem for Ukraine. This big problem. I see many people. I see many new people here in this area.
Mm-hmm.
People come from Mexico, from Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
take walk, and after come to Brighton Beach. I don't know. And many people in Europe right now, in Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
and we see what happened. I don't know.
Did you, because I'm assuming you moved here, right? Did you move here from Georgia then, or from Russia?
No, I moved here from Russia.
From Russia.
About 20 years ago, yeah. 20 years ago.
That's
Sorry,
a long
Mama, I don't have good English.
Your English is fine.
Okay, thanks.
No, it's fine. I'm curious because, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm on here trying to ask Russian people what they think about what's happening because I'm genuinely very curious to know, like.
This is old problem. If you think this is just now, 100 years ago, we same problem after Soviet Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
200-300 years ago, be same problem, and now this is same problem. This is not new problem.
Okay.
It's not new problem. If you ask Ukrainian people for real what happened, this is people tell you. This is same thing be many years ago. 3-4 times, not only one time, 3-4 times.
So
exactly 100 years ago, be exactly same problem. Exactly.
So it's Russia then that causes these problems, right?
This is not Russia. This is Ukraine between Russia and Europe. You understand? And sometimes happens in this territory all time. This is not only Russia. It's Europe. I don't know. This is many problems in Ukraine.
You mean like that Europe has a problem with Russia and like tries
Yes. Europe has problem with Russia and Ukraine pay for this problem. You understand? Something like that.
Gotcha. Well, that's interesting. See, because like I think that Ukrainian people and Russian people have very different opinion on the matter.
You say Ukraine and Russian people very different?
Yeah, very different opinions. Incredibly different.
You know many Russian people?
No, I mean like I'm here and I change my location between Russia and Ukraine and I ask people what they think, like why.
Well, I tell you, I live here for 20 years in Brooklyn, but I know only two Russian people from Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not from Russia, and I'm not Russian. I have Russian, only my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
He's Russian. Yeah, and that's it. And I have Georgian, Jewish, and Ukrainian.
Mm-hmm.
I mix, and this is not big difference. Not big difference. I tell you.
Not big difference between like Ukrainians, Russians.
Yes, yeah, not big difference. Now, yes, maybe somebody say I'm from Russia, somebody say I'm from Ukraine, but before you don't understand where he's live. Maybe this is like Canadian and American people.
Mm-hmm.
This is for you understand this is from Canada. Yes, but for you, European people don't understand Canadian or American people. You don't know.
No, European people understand Canadian or American.
Understand Canadian? No, but can hear Canadian and American. European people can hear Canadian accent.
No, people can't hear Canadian accent or American accent, but people know that Canadians and Americans are different, and like.
No, I know this, but if people don't know who's Canadian, who's American, people don't know who's who. And same being Russia and Ukraine, but now big difference.
But that's. But then the same could be said by like, you know, if I look at a person from Europe, I don't know if they're from Germany or from like France until they tell me, right? I just look at them and they're white, like,
okay.
Or not. But at the same time, like you never know until the person tells you, right?
Okay, honey, I have to go sleep. Okay, nice to talk with you. Tell me your name, please.
Juliet, like Romeo and Juliet.
Wow. Like Juliet from Shakespeare.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay. Nice to see you. Okay, I think maybe I see you again.
All right,
okay.
Bye. Okay, so can we unpack this? First, he said he moved here from Russia and that he was half Russian and half Georgian. Then he said he wasn't Russian at all. He was Georgian, Ukrainian, and something else. And then when I said that you can't tell the difference between, like, also, I apologize, I didn't mean like that people in Europe are only white. That was terrible on my part. But what I was trying to say is that you literally do not know where anyone is from until they freaking tell you. Then when I said that, he was like, oh, okay, I gotta go to sleep. But also, I love how he changed from, oh, I'm half Russian, half Georgian. And I moved here from Russia. And then he went to like, listen, I can tell you, I'm Georgian and Ukrainian. And I'm a little bit Russian because only my grandfather is Russian. I was like, honey, didn't you just say you were half Russian, half Georgian, and you moved from Russia, and now you're not Russian at all, and you're telling me that there are no differences? All right. Cool. Super fun. Thanks. Anyways. All right. Let's keep going. This was a great start. Hi, radio. He's so Russian, I can smell it all the way to Indiana. He's like, I only know 2 Russians. I'm like, oh, really? You do? It's the same conflict 100 years ago, you know? It is always Ukraine. 100 years ago, 200 years ago, it is always between Russia and Europe. Like, honey, Russia didn't exist 200 years ago. The Russian Empire, maybe, but then, you know, like, things were a little different. There were other conflicts going on. Anyways, we're going to keep going. For those of you who don't know, this is also happening on YouTube, and on YouTube you can see the people I'm talking to, not just here. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do this.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you speak English?
Maybe a few.
Maybe. Cool. Where are you from?
Russian.
Oh, we're in Russia.
Yeah, but I live in San Francisco.
Oh, you live in San Francisco, but your location says Russia.
This is my phone in Russian phone.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
When did you move to San Francisco?
6, maybe 7 months.
Oh, wow. Why?
Yeah. Where are you from?
New York.
New York? Cool. I love it, New York.
Oh, you've been to New York?
It is a very big city.
Yeah, I mean, San Fran is too. Like, San Fran is not small. It's just very different.
Yeah.
Why did you move to San Francisco?
What?
Why did you move?
While the move. My English is bad, sorry.
No, I mean, why? Why did you move? You moved here, right?
Okay, got it. Okay. I live here with my friends.
Oh, your friends were there, and so you moved.
Yeah.
Where in Russia are you from?
I'm not Russian. I live Russian country, but I live in Republic Dagestan.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah. I do.
Yes.
I now I do. There is a lot of like news.
Yeah, I live in Dagestan.
So that's okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that republic is where a lot of Russian soldiers. I mean, like, we all know there is a war with Russia and Ukraine, but on the news, like, there is a lot of there is a lot. So I follow British intelligence, and they post a lot on Twitter. And they post a lot, and so they always say that republic is where all of the soldiers are from, or like a lot of the soldiers are from.
Russian?
Like, yeah, Russian soldiers.
Yeah.
Yes. So they come from your republic, right?
Yeah, but I'm heard
Huh?
Tokyo. I'm here Tokyo, but because my English is bad and I don't know, как сказать тебе. You speak Russian, no?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Just English.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely do not speak the Republic language if there is one.
My friends in work, I'm home just one,
Mm-hmm.
and I know translate.
Do you want to write it? And I can translate it in Google. Do you want to write it in Russian? I'll translate it in Google.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
Cool.
there's like a chat thing. Oh my gosh, no, those again. Okay, so as I said, do you want to write it in Russian? I'll translate it in Google. He skipped. That was fun. See, one of the reasons why I brought that up and why I asked is because I wanted to see what he says. But he's Dagestani, which is one of the republics that Russian government heavily recruits from. And he said that he moved here 6 to 7 months ago. So I'm thinking that he probably fled because he didn't want to go to the army. Because he said like, oh, it's 6 or 7 months. So that looks like he fled right after the invasion. And Dagestan is one of the republics where like a lot of the soldiers come from, like a lot. Because, well, it's Russian minorities. And so, well, I was obviously trying to like pretend to be like very not familiar with like, the inner workings of everything. But I was like, oh yeah. Well, see, the problem is that like I know too much, and I know how to get someone from Dagestan to talk about what they think, but that would basically make me sound too knowledgeable about the situation, which I can't do. So I need to think of like a way, because I feel like saying like, oh yeah, I've been following British intelligence and like, they mentioned your republic and I can't say the name of your republic that they mentioned so much because I don't know how to like say it with like a freaking, like American accent. Like anyways, yeah, so that's so I'm struggling there, but I think that he probably has a pretty healthy idea on the invasion because as someone from Dagestan, there are a lot of losses. Like there are a lot of losses, and there is no way that he doesn't know about them because it's not a huge republic. But there are a lot of people who have been unalived in Ukraine who are from Dagestan because Russians heavily send minorities to war. Because as I said earlier, like there are two genocides that are happening from the hands of Russians, right? One is the obvious one, the genocide of Ukrainians, and the other one is the genocide of Russian minorities, because what they do is they just send them to war. And then they also make Ukrainians hate Russian minorities because those are the people that we see every day, right? And we see them coming into Ukraine. And so that way there is that hatred that's being built, right? But it's not like it's people from Dagestan or people from like Yakutia or Buryatia who just want to go to Ukraine more than anybody. Thanks, Amanda. But it's just that they're the ones who are getting heavily sent to Ukraine. And now actually, so it's been 6 months of the invasion, and only now is Russia starting to recruit from St. Petersburg and Moscow area, because there are no more people left to recruit in like other places. Nobody's like going. People are just hiding, and people are just like avoiding the draft and stuff like that. And they don't have enough personnel basically. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna continue doing this. Hello.
Hi.
Do you speak English?
So.
A little bit. Okay, well, that's cool. Where are you from?
You speak Russian?
No.
Oh, good.
Where are you from?
I'm from
California.
yeah.
but you're Russian, right?
Yeah, of course.
How did you end up in California?
Yeah. Are you from?
New York.
Oh, New York. Northeast.
Yeah, east.
Yeah,
Northeast is a little different, but east, yeah.
okay.
When did you move to California?
Yeah.
When?
I went.
Yeah.
4 years.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
Interesting. What do you do in California? What do you do there? What do you do in California?
Russia.
No, but what do you do? Like, what's your job in California? Like, what are you doing in California?
I don't know. I don't understand.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Can someone please tell me how someone lives in California for freaking 4 years and does not speak English to the tune of answering, "What do you do in California?" I'm sorry. Video chatting, but on YouTube. On YouTube, you can see the video. I'm sorry. Can someone tell me how this man has been in California for 4 freaking years and literally can't answer, "What do you do in California?" Okay. Cool. No, it's possible because actually a lot of Russians live in Brighton Beach for like 30 years and barely speak English. And knows hello, yeah, exactly. That's like one of the things where like a lot of Russians, because they like live and speak, I don't know like other immigrants, but I do know that like Russians live and like exist in their Russian communities. But also he could have meant 4 months ago. We don't know, but let's see. No, he kept being like, yeah. Can I catch up on the current situation? You can go to my YouTube, and I do live streams with the news every day, and they're all saved on YouTube. So if you'd like to, you can, if you want to catch up on the current situation, you can do so on YouTube because all of my live streams are saved there. I don't get it. Also, does California have that big of a Russian population? Yes, California does have a huge Russian population, especially in Sacramento, I believe. So yeah. So he would, if he doesn't speak English at all, then I would assume he's in Sacramento. I was in Virginia for 2 months and speak English. Well, see, that's because you wanted to learn, but he probably did not. Okay. Hello. Do you speak English? What are you doing? That's some hardcore eyebrow motions. What does that mean? No.
Chief Keef. Oh, hello.
Chief Keef?
You know Chief Keef?
Do you speak English?
Yeah, we speak English.
Cool. Where are you from?
Russia.
Oh, cool. Where in Russia?
Sure.
Where in Russia?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up?
Children? Hello. Okay. Hello.
Good.
Do you speak English?
Yep.
Oh, cool. Where are you from?
California.
Oh, cool. Your location says Russia, though.
Where are you from?
Huh?
Where are you from?
New York.
New York.
Yep, the opposite coast.
What language you are speaking?
English.
Except English.
English.
Only English?
Yes.
Only? What are you doing in Chatroulette?
I am, well, one, I'm bored. Two, I'm a poli-sci major, and I'm trying to understand what's happening between Ukraine and Russia, so I figured I'd ask Ukrainians and Russians.
Sorry, didn't catch it. What about Ukrainians and Russians?
I'm a political science major, and I'm trying to understand, like in college, I study poli-sci, and so I'm trying to understand why there is a war between Ukraine and Russia, so I figured I would ask Ukrainians and Russians.
Because Putin is greatest dictator. That's it.
So it's Putin.
There is no logical reasons, just he's crazy and he's dictator. That's it.
Okay, so it's like, so it's actually, because, well, to be fair, like I get a lot of different answers. So what do you think, like, what do you think it could have been avoided by any means?
I think, what?
Do you think this war could have been avoided?
Avoided?
Yeah, like, do you think there was a way to make this war not happen?
No.
No. Why?
No. The same reason, because he's crazy. You want to apply a logical
Yeah.
to crazy mind. To crazy mind. It's no point.
So, okay, that's, I mean, that's, you're probably one of maybe like 2 people out of like 20 who said that, because I do get a lot of answers that say that Zelensky's crazy, that Ukrainians are crazy, that there is like a country full of Nazis and stuff like that, which I'm assuming is just a lot of Russian propaganda, right?
Yeah, Russian propaganda is, in my opinion, is so some Russians, like opposite. I don't know what is actually people who opposite to government.
Yeah.
They say that Russian propaganda make Russian people idiots. But in my opinion, Russian propaganda is so stupid that it, sorry, I'm on the road now.
Yeah, of course, be careful.
It, in the beginning, it count for stupid peoples.
Yeah, so it targets people that are susceptible to propaganda.
Yeah, the target people. They're stupid in base.
Okay, what do you think about Crimea and like the 2014 situation?
About what? Crimea?
Well, like Crimea and the 2014 situation in the east of Ukraine.
So obviously it was annexion. Yeah, annexion.
Annexation.
Annexation. Sorry,
No,
I'm not native speaking, as you understood.
No worries.
My native language is Russian.
No worries.
And formally I am a Russian citizen. No, I'm not citizen. So I have formally a Russian passport, but I'm not. But I'm not associate me with that country. Not country, not government. So that's it.
Are you from Russia, or are you from like a republic in Russia?
Half of my life I've been lived in middle one of Soviet Union Republic, Pakistan.
Okay.
And the second part of life I've been lived in Saint Petersburg. Saint Petersburg. Yeah.
So are you Uzbeki then, or no?
No, I'm most part of my blood is Russian, but I also have Caucasian blood, Armenian blood. So
Gotcha.
more I associate to me with Russian culture.
Gotcha. So do you think? Okay. So we know Putin is crazy. Do you think? Crimea? Do you think that situation with Crimea and east of Ukraine was justified in terms of Russian speakers, or also not? Like the official.
I don't understand the justify. I don't remember the meaning of this word justify.
So basically, do you think it was? Do you think that it was the right thing to come to Crimea and to the east of Ukraine?
Obviously not.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean that's that's.
There was an agreement, as I remember history. I'm not good in history, but there was agreement from Soviet Union times that Crimea belongs to Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
So what made Russia in 2014? It was obviously annexation. Like middle age traditions.
Oh yeah, from like middle. Okay, gotcha. From like Stone Ages.
Like conquering territories.
And then what do you think about the whole? So what I do hear a lot, right, is that Russians and Ukrainians are the same people. Do you think that's do you think that's true?
No. Genetic. So by the blood, Ukrainian closer to Baltic countries like Poland, Estonia, and they closer to these people.
Mm-hmm.
By blood and by mental.
Mm-hmm.
And actually the Russian now, it's not it's not more like a nation,
Mm-hmm.
but it's closer like a not more like a nationality. It's more closer like a nation, like Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Americans consist of German people, French people, English people, most of English people, Indians.
So
So
it's
the
just
same
like
as the Russians now.
yeah. So it's like republics. Russia consists of republics.
Yeah, republics, and even who determine people of Russian people who determine themselves as Russian actually are not genetically or by blood actually Russians.
And what do you think ethnic Russians, like people from St. Petersburg and Moscow? Because like, okay, so I do know that Russia.
Ethnic. This word is more correct.
So do you think then like ethnic Russians and Ukrainians are the same people or not?
No by ethnic, no by blood, and no by mention. Mental. Sorry, I sometimes.
Do you think?
Confusing.
No, that's fine. If you don't like, I can help you out if you know. Don't worry. But do you think that a lot of people in Russia think the way you do, or no?
Didn't get that. Could you repeat, please?
Do you think a lot of people in Russia would agree with you?
A lot of people in Russia, what?
Do you think a lot of Russians also think like you, or do they think that Ukrainians and Russians are the same?
I suppose most of people think somewhere inside, deep inside, the same as me, but they're afraid to speak about it in public,
In public.
because most of Russian people are like they behave like kids. In fact, I'm not sure that this is word the same in English. Like like infants.
Infants, okay.
Yeah. And starting there, I know the German in Russian, but I'm not sure I can translate word by word. Maybe this is the same as in English. Studying helplessness. Sorry, I suppose I couldn't explain this word.
No worries.
Studying helplessness.
Helplessness, okay.
Yeah, it's a syndrome of studied helplessness.
Oh,
That's the problem of Russian people. I suppose you understand this
yeah.
German. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we don't. Yeah, I do. It's like they all think they're helpless.
Yeah.
Do you think Russians can do anything do you think Russians can do anything to stop the war?
No. They even couldn't do. They had the time since 2012, where when there was pretty massive protests against voting scams.
Mm-hmm.
Voting
Voting fraud, election fraud.
Yeah, for election fraud, 2012, there was a massive, the biggest protest on the Bolotnaya Square. Maybe you've heard about it, or maybe you read about it. So they had a lot of time to create
Resistance.
I don't. My English vocabulary not
No problem.
not enough to explain my thoughts.
To create resistance, you mean?
So they and resistance and citizens mental.
Mm-hmm.
So they lost their time. They had time since 2012, at least 8 years, and they didn't anything.
Okay. So
They want to leave. They wanted to leave like as in Soviet Union,
mm-hmm.
when they didn't answer for anything. They had a government, wise men, as they thought wise, but they wasn't wise. They were not wise.
Do you think?
And yep.
So do you think
Go
that
ahead,
Russian people can change things but don't know how to and won't, or do you think they can't?
No. Now they and they can't, and they don't have enough power.
Mm-hmm. What if
Power and willing? Yep. Willing.
Will. Enough power or will.
Yep.
So do you think
Yep.
if let's say, so Russia is 140 million people, right? Or 145 or something? Do you think if 20 million, do you think if 20 million Russians came to the Red Square and broke into the Kremlin, do you think that?
No. Even 1 million wouldn't came to Red Square. Even 1 million.
What if it
The
was
most the most massive protest was at 2012. There were about 100 protesters on Red Square at that time. This is the most massive protest. So now, with the last repressions, there wouldn't be even 10,000.
No. Yeah,
I don't believe it.
No, I understand that they won't do it, but do you think so? I know that there won't be enough people to go to protest, right? But do you think if 1 million people came out, would something change?
No.
So what do you think it would take?
Because no millions will come out.
But what if they did?
Because the Russian society is very passive, absolutely passive.
No, for sure. But what I'm trying to say is let's say it was a different, I don't know how to explain it. I know they won't do it, but what if they did? Would it change anything? Let's say 20 million people came out.
It couldn't be because it couldn't be.
Gotcha.
It couldn't be because it couldn't be.
Gotcha. What do you think it would take for the Russian Putin and the Russian government to what do you think it would take in Russia to overthrow the government?
Only quite radical change of mental of whole people. I mean, people as as nation.
Gotcha. So it's basic. So
total and radical change of mind of whole nation. Could change anything.
Do you think if Putin were to die, things would change in Russia or no?
No. After Putin, they have their kids, which have the same mentality, because that Soviet people who now in government, they all of them are Soviet people. From in Russian we say up to brain of bones. The absolutely Soviet-minded people with imperial thoughts about imperia and
bone marrow. So bone marrow. Yeah, okay.
Greatness. They like to repeat great Russia, but what the
Oh no! Oh no! His service dropped. Okay. No! Oh my God, his service dropped. But okay, so here is the thing. I asked him, right? And I was like, look, do you think that, there was a question that I asked him. I said, do you think Russians can't or won't do it? And he says, no, they can't do it, right? And then when I asked him more questions, which I did specifically, right? Так, звичайно, я з України. Which I did specifically, right? I did that for a reason. I did it because he then started talking about how Russian society will never do it because Russians are passive. So it's not that they can't, it's that they won't. And when I said, but do you think if 20 million people came out, they would be able to overthrow the government? He said, yeah, but that's never gonna happen. And then I was like, okay, then what do you think it'll take? And he goes, a total change of Russian mentality, right? So it's not about Putin dying. It's not about like, see, this is the whole point. He understands it. He just can't say it, right? Because at the end of the day, he said exactly what I tell you every day, is that it's about Russian people. He said, in order for Russia to change, Russians as a society need to change. And that's what I keep telling you. It's not Putin, it's Russians. And he keeps saying that like everybody thinks about the Russian Empire and everything like that, right? And so when people are like, oh, it's Putin's war, it's like whatever, it's not all Russians, it's not just Russians, like he just said it. Or when Russians are like, we can't come out on the streets, we can't protest. He just said it himself. It's not going to happen, not because they can't, but because they won't. And in order for it to happen, they need to change the way that they think, which is freaking hilarious, because when I asked him the question point blank, he was like, well, no, they can't. And then he started elaborating on it and basically literally said they won't, right? So it's like nothing against him, but I'm just saying isn't like, it's funny because they literally they themselves don't understand it, right? Which like he is a very like, very, very sound-minded man. Very. I know what bydlo is. Dude, like, I'm Ukrainian. Are you kidding me? I know what bydlo is. But that's not like, exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's not that they can't, it's that they don't want. And it's funny because that's what I was asking. I was like, dude, do you think that they can't or they won't? And he was like, no, they can't, and then proceeded to describe how they won't. So that's very interesting. So I can help but wonder if it's also a translation issue. Normally wouldn't say that, but no, well, he was also saying like, well, the thing is he like doesn't do hypotheticals at all. Like, because I was asking him, I was like, do you think if they came out, it would change a thing? And he was like, no, but it's not going to happen. And I was like, okay. So the man really, 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 really doesn't do hypotheticals. No, he's very in touch. Like, I'm honestly, like, I think me and most Ukrainians here were pleasantly surprised about how much he understands, but also another thing, see, like, they're not going to change it. Neither him nor other people. No one wants to change anything, right? He just left. They're not going to do anything. That's just what it is, what it is, you know? It is what it is. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do another one.
Oh,
Hi there.
hi.
Do you speak English?
Uh,
A little bit.
yeah.
Is that a sphinx?
Что?
Is that a bald cat?
I don't understand.
Your cat.
Ah, cat?
Yeah, the breed. Is it a sphinx?
Лысый.
It's a sphinx.
Я нихуя не понимаю. Look, this cat, this is a very brave cat.
Yes, it's a sphinx. The breed is a sphinx.
Ой, он играть хочет. Я сдаю.
Where are you guys from?
What?
Where are you from?
I'm from Russia.
Where in Russia?
Where in Russia? Tatarstan Republic.
Oh, okay. Cool. Interesting. How is everything?
What?
How is your day? How are you?
I don't understand.
Okay, no worries.
Bye.
All right, bye. Oh, they were children, but it's so funny. I'm like, your cat is a sphinx, and they're like, hey, those were kids from Tatarstan, which is like, this is fine, but it was just very funny because they were like, I'm like, your cat is a sphinx, and they're like, what? And I'm like, you're a cat. They're like, yes, look, cat. It's bald cat. And I'm like, I know, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Anyways, that was funny. They're kids. They don't speak English. It's funny though because in Russian that breed is sphinx. So I keep saying this your cat is a sphinx, and they're like, I don't understand anything. It's the same word. Like, it's the same word, and they're like, yes, look, bald cat. I'm like, okay, guys. Bye. That was too funny. Oh my god. Hello.
Hello?
Hi. Do you speak English?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Where are you from?
I'm from Russia.
Oh, cool. Where in Russia?
In Russia, very snowy Siberia.
Oh, Siberia. Wow, that's far in Russia.
Irkutsk region, Oblast.
Which region?
Very snow cooling. Irkutsk Oblast.
Okay, that's, well, Siberia is far. So
This is with United States with
close to
region.
Alaska.
Oh,
Close to Alaska.
Alaska, yes. Maybe Canada.
Oh, interesting. How are you liking it there?
I like this because I'm like snow, I'm like forest, I'm like snowy forest.
So you like nature?
Yes, I'm watching in beer.
Cool. That's wild. Quite
Yes.
literally. Interesting. Were you born and raised in Russia?
Yes.
Interesting. How are you feeling about the current situation in Russia?
I'm not saying without political because my years old don't political. I'm not political man.
Like people your age are not political?
Yes.
How old are you?
18.
Oh, you're 18. Gotcha.
My president Russia stupid. President Ukraine stupid. Two stupid presidents don't like without.
Gotcha.
This is situation so stupid. Very
Gotcha.
stupid.
Why is it stupid? I mean, like it's, but why? Why do you think it's stupid?
Wait a moment, please. I'm help me translate.
Yeah, of course. No worries.
English language. Second. I think that this whole political situation is very stupid because this war and senseless losses.
Oh, senseless losses.
Senseless losses, yes.
Yeah.
Losses.
Gotcha.
And we and Ukraine are brotherly people, and
Brotherly. Oh, like Brotherly nation. So you think
Slovenian,
Slavic people?
Slavic people, yes.
Okay.
Because this is what is in this language, Russian. This is
So Ukrainians and Russians are the same people.
yes. This is ancient Russia.
Ukraine is
Kiev.
oh Kyiv. Okay.
And ancient Russia. Stolichen.
Okay.
Yes.
Got
And people говорили на одном языке. And people in those days spoke the same language. It's
So-
brotherhood.
Gotcha. So is Ukrainian not a real language then?
Ukrainian, Russia, Belarus, and Slovenian countries with Croatia, Slovenia, Serbia.
Sorry.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Pleasant eating.
Hmm? Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Please, sorry me, but you like feminism.
Feminism? What do you mean? Do I like feminism? Are you asking me a question?
No, I think you look like a feminist.
Like a feminist?
You.
What do you mean? I look like a feminist? What do you mean?
I don't know. Just it's just his appearance. Your appearance.
I look like a. What does a feminist look like?
I don't know.
that's the weirder thing I've heard.
It's just my opinion.
Feminist, as in like someone who stands for women's rights.
Yes.
I mean,
Women's rights.
I mean, I'm a woman.
You look like this is girl.
I mean, I am a woman, so.
Okay, I know.
Gotcha.
I understand this. Just it's my opinion.
Gotcha.
I don't know what is this.
Gotcha. All right. Interesting.
Yes. Certainly not cultural, but how old are you?
28.
28.
10
In
years
Russian
older than you.
language, 21 год.
10 years older than you.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, I can't do this anymore. I need to go grab a charger, but also I said 28 and he said, oh, in Russian it's 21. I'm like, no, it isn't. He did say he enjoys living in Russia, but let me go grab my computer charger because it's at 5% and so it's gonna die. But in the meanwhile, I'll be back. Oh my gosh, Cindy, I wish I could show you right now. You're so funny. You hate me so much. Senor, Zoids. Okay, my dog is very funny right now. I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna show you guys because she is so hilarious at the moment. She's always pretty hilarious. Що тут робиться, я з росіянами говорю на чатрулеці. Англійською мовою роблю вигляд, ніби я американка. Це деколи в мене така є рубрика. I'm gonna do one more Russian, and then I'm done because I don't think I can do this to my I don't think I can do this to my nervous system. But let me go take a picture of Cindy. Just want to make sure that everything's okay here. Let me, men's digging his grave and doesn't even know. I mean, no, I mean, he said I look like a feminist. Like, what does that even look like? Let me go take a picture of Cindy really quick and I'll be back. Yes, she's in the donut and she will be in the donut for a while, which is also funny because I was just talking to John a little while ago and he texted me when I started this and he goes, so Cindy has another ear infection? Question mark, because he was like, oh, cute baby, because I was showing her to him and then it hit him that she's in the donut and that it's cute, but it's there for a reason. But anyways, one sec, guys. Baby, I love you. You're so sweet. You're so cute. I know you despise me right now. I know you do. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Wait, I'm gonna show you Cindy right now. Guys, it's too cute, but also too sad. Okay. This is Cindy in her donut right now. And then here for you guys. Cindy and the donut. It's so sad, but also so cute. The donut of shame. It's not of shame. She likes it because she can plop on the ground anywhere and just sleep. And just sleep. She can plop and sleep. Did she get watermelon today? Yes, she did. She got watermelon. We both got watermelon. Okay. That was like kids. Oh, Jesus. Hello.
Hi.
Do you speak English?
No. I'm speaking Russian, Armenian, Georgian, Abkhazian.
Gotcha. I speak English. All right. Bye.
Yes, I understand. Bye.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, you speak English?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Do
I
you-
would like to talk with you in English language.
Cool. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Where are
Ask me something.
Where are you from?
From everywhere.
What does that mean?
From the earth.
Uh-huh.
I say right?
Earth? Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Where are you currently?
Huh?
Like, where are you now?
Oh, right now in Russian Federation.
Interesting. Where in Russia?
This is called Noginsk.
Where is that? Is it like west, east?
City, Noginsk. This is like 50 kilometers from the Moscow.
Oh, cool. Interesting.
Hey, so nice.
I mean, I don't know. I've never been.
No, I'm just practicing English. Everything what I say This is just practice. I'm really glad to if you tell me I'm doing it right or wrong.
No, you do it. You speak well. Are you planning on moving somewhere English speaking?
You think I speak well?
Yeah, you speak well.
Thank you so much.
Do you want to move to an English speaking country?
I would glad, yeah, I would like.
Do you not like Russia?
Exactly.
Why?
I will tell you, we still have a slave.
What?
Slave, like slave.
Yeah, but what do you mean?
And Russia still have it.
How?
Yes, it's so dangerous, so scary.
What do you mean? How?
I mean what I say. Don't need you ask me twice or
No, but I just don't understand. Like, I just don't understand how. Like, who are the slaves?
Yes, because you live in a free country. In Russia, this is not free country. In Russia, have a I don't know, like people who work for big people.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
It's not job. It's not a mean job.
Gotcha. So I take it. I take it you don't like your government, right?
Oh, Russia's bullshit. Exactly.
Okay. What do you think about the current? What do you think about the situation between Russia and Ukraine?
Can I ask you first, who are you?
Just a person. I'm from New York.
Why are you so scared?
No, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I'm just a person. I'm just curious.
So listen to me. This in Russia, people is very scared to ask something. You know, this is why I'm so scared to ask you something.
Oh, so you were scared to answer.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay, I see.
Just can go to jail.
Gotcha. Okay.
Excuse me, I can
No.
talk with you no more.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Okay, I mean, that man was very interesting. He's like, Russia is full of slaves. Excuse me, I can't talk with you no more. Oh my god. Yeah, no, but that's like the thing. That's not necessarily true, because if you guys saw him, he was really drunk, and at first he said Russia is full of slaves, and he wasn't scared of saying that. He said Russia still has slaves, but then he said that it's scary to say, I don't know. I mean, like, hey, listen, you know what? My mom says you cannot understand Russia using your brain, so I'm going to go with that, because that is very true. Умом Россию не понять. But also, like, why is everyone drunk at this hour? He started to realize, he was like, wait, I speak to American spy. Well, to be fair, that might be the first Russian person who, like, uncovered my identity. He's like, first of all, who are you? And I'm like, For a second there, I was almost like, Yulia, and then I was like, wait, hell, Julian. What? Who am I? I'm like, I'm a human being. I should have started speaking Russian, and I should have said, see, I'm not like a mean person, but I feel like, yes, I did it, Wendy. I did sober him up quickly, but I should have literally been like, I should have said, agent FSB, Yulia, like Ivanova. I feel like Ivanova would be a normal Russian last name. Like, Добрый вечер, агент ФСБ Yulia Ivanova. Oh my god. I should have said I'm an FSB agent, Yulia, and like a super Russian last name. Who are you? Добрый вечер, мы из России, агент ФСБ. Федеральная безопасности. Yeah, I should have said something in Russian and then tell him that he's hearing things. But it's like I'm not a mean person. That's like the thing. Navratilova. Oh my gosh. Petrusheva. Kolesova. Yulia Kolesova. He did say he said he was 40 kilometers away from Moscow, and it was like Nybirsk, I don't know, I don't remember, but it was some sort of a town somewhere in near Moscow. So he is there. Anyways, okay, fine, I'll do one more. Fine, I will do one more. Petrov и Bashirov. Я Наташа ФСБ. На російську, якщо вони топлять за Росію. Should have said in Russian, I'm the voices in your head. I'm saying that's how America is trending. He seemed abusive to me. Well, he was just like incredibly drunk. He was very, very drunk. 40 kilometers from Moscow. Hi.
Привет.
Do you speak English?
Ну.
Gotcha.
Ну, здравствуйте, вы русскоговорящий,
Hi. Do you speak English?
Yeah.
Do you speak Russian
No.
or Ukraine?
No.
No?
I speak
Oh,
English.
sorry.
Оставь. What is it doing?
Not much. It's like midnight.
What's
Hello.
up?
Not much. What's up with you?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
How old are you?
How old am I? 27.
You're too old to me, bro.
I'm dying. This is just like, you're too old for me, bro. Like, I'm too normal for you, bro. Well, I am 28, but I turned 28 less than a month ago, so I'm still processing, okay? Let me be. Someone was just like, you were 28. I'm like, I am 28, but I'm processing, okay? Like, it's not easy to be closer to 30. Just let me have it. Let me have my 27 on Chatroulette for a second. You gotta call me out like that. This man's already said I'm too old. Bruh. First things to go with your age is your memory. Trauma queens. Oh my gosh, I saw, yeah, someone told me that, about that. I would be considered old. Oh my gosh, listen, dude, in Russia, for Russian people, I'm incredibly old. I'm 28, I am basically ancient. This is it, my life is over. Hello.
Здрасте.
Do you speak English?
Нет.
My gosh, that was a baby.
Что, пидорасов?
Hello.
Hi.
Cool mask.
Уходи.
Why are you wearing a ski mask?
What?
Why are you wearing a ski mask?
I'm ugly.
You're ugly.
Like,
Is that a gun?
Hello.
yeah.
Like a real gun? Why do you have a gun?
Wow. This
Jeez.
is toys. No. This is real Mauser.
Do you speak English?
Little bit.
Gotcha. Are you from Russia? Because your location says Russia.
Откуда мы?
Yeah,
Little bit.
yeah. From Russia.
Why are you wearing a ski mask? Like, what is the deal there?
We are just clowns.
You scare clowns.
You're scary clowns.
I am clown killer.
Gotcha.
We are.
Clown killer. Who's a clown that you're trying to kill?
John.
Она говорит, ты убийца клоунов.
Yes,
Well, that's what you said,
thank you.
right?
Yes, we are clown killers.
Gotcha.
Не буду пушить.
Okay, so he had a Z t-shirt, but also like they couldn't hear me very well. I did want to ask him a bunch of questions, but I realized this is not going anywhere. So yeah. But he had a t-shirt with a Z on it, and yeah. So that was, I mean, hey. I thought that maybe like when he was wearing a ski mask, I thought maybe he's a soldier because they do that, but you know, they're not. They're just like about 18-year-olds probably, or 19-year-olds or something like that. They look like they've been drinking last night, so there was not going to be anything interesting coming out of that. Oh no, I skipped.
Блядь, ну,
Hello. That was a kid, actually. Hi.
Hi.
Do you speak English? Sorry? Do I speak Russian? No. No. Okay, bye. Hi.
Hello.
Do you speak English?
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine.
Oh, so you do speak English. Okay, cool. Where are you from?
I'm from Tajikistan. I know.
But your thing says Russia.
Tajikistan.
Okay, so not
Russian.
no, but your thing says Russia. But you're not from Russia, right? Okay. Hi again. Hello.
Hello.
Do you speak English?
Not fluently.
Oh, but you do. That's cool. Where are you from?
Basically from Russia.
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means I live in Australia.
Oh, you live in Australia. Oh, wow. What is it, like noon right now in Australia? It's daytime, right?
Yeah, but very rainy and
Gotcha.
you know weather.
Oh, but you are
Not
from
good.
Russia. Where in Russia are you from? Like which city?
From South Ural,
So
Chelyabinsk.
like central Russia.
Yeah. I don't know polite words how describe this place.
Oh, gotcha. So you don't like Russia?
Basically, you know, it's a slightly different because I love Russia, but I hate Russian government.
and those bastards like Putin and his minions.
Did you leave Russia because of the current like situation, or did you leave before that?
No, I lived before that. You know, then I realized nothing changed. I I never voted on election on the Putin, and it's never, you know, you can speak with many Russians who live in Russia. They believe in some kind of shit. You know, my grandmother, she believed what Putin provide to Russia future with I don't know what kind of future. 20 fucking years, nothing changed. Nothing. And now Putin starts. I don't understand why he started that. What he started. I don't have a words for that. Because it's not a war. It's not a special operation. I don't know what is that. People just die without any reason.
Do you think he like? Well, I mean, he like Russia first came in and took Crimea, right? Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think that makes sense, or do you think that's like do you think that I don't know how to like...
Honestly, so before Russia take Crimea, so Russian can trip in Crimea and make some vacations. It was just you know how it's a routine on the border. That's it, and everything was fine. I know many Russians who visit Crimea when it was Ukraine. Everything was fine. What's changed? I don't know. I heard many people say after Crimea become Russian territory, they said, yeah, we have a lot of you know expenses for living, much more increased after everything happening, and people just expected better life, but I guess it's I don't know.
Do you think that do you think it makes sense that like as in like I guess because like there are 2 points to this, right? One is 2014 and one is now, or at least from what I understand, right? So in 2014, like Russia came to like protect Russian speakers in Ukraine, right? Was there like
I don't think so. Basically, Russia won't protect Russian inside Russia. You know, if you say something like that in Russia, you might be in big trouble. So that's a main reason. Putin developed a huge internal army. It's more than the regular army. They have access to weapons, to tanks, everything. Against who? Against Russians?
Why do you think he wants Ukraine? Like, what's in it for him?
I have no idea, honestly.
Do you think that like, because okay, like the main reasons, right, are that like Russians and Ukrainians are the same people and like historical territories and stuff like that? Do you think that's true?
Not exactly, because whole history, Ukraine and Russia have you know difficult relationship. It's historically it's more than 4,000 years.
Okay. Do you think Russian people can do anything to like stop the war?
At this moment, no. They just go in jail or will die.
What if like millions of Russian people come out?
Putin start shooting on them from the tanks. That's it.
You think he'll start using the tanks against the people?
Yes, in Russia exists law. It's allowed to internal army shooting on protesters.
But is there enough army? Because, like, aren't they all in Ukraine or no?
Yeah, but I guess he's scared too because if he throw all army into Ukraine, who defend himself from Russians?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think if Russians come out, like if a million or 2 or 3 or 5, because there's like, what, 140 million Russians? What if like 10 million Russians come out? Do you think like they can overthrow the government? Like, what is he going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe someone, I don't know. Maybe someone pick up big car with concrete and pour all this concrete into Putin bunker, and he will live there forever. It's hopefully.
So do you think?
I was on a protest in Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing changed. Just the police hit everyone.
But like so
without any reasons, without anything, and they think they do right things because propaganda inside internal affairs like police, like that thing OMON and Rosguardia, National Guard. They have a huge things about brainwash. They think everyone who against Putin it's an enemy.
Mm-hmm. But so, what do you think? Like, do you think if Putin is out, do you think Russia will change?
That's a difficult question. I think Russia, it's a big country. Russia has, I guess, 145 million people.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think in all of that batch of people, not? I mean, it's about replacement. So Russian propaganda says no one can replace Putin. I think it's totally wrong. Totally.
What if Russians did a 1991 style revolution?
I don't know. I was too young.
No, because I mean, Soviet Union collapsed because all of the people all around Soviet Union were we don't want this anymore, right? Including Russia. Do you think Russians can't change anything, or do you think they don't want to? As in not don't want to, but
I think if remove all this shitty Russian propaganda, because if you open, for example, Russian websites with TV program on the day, you will see everything, every fucking 15 minutes about the war.
Mm-hmm. But it wasn't.
They not stop that. That's I don't know. But I think if just turn off TV and just take people a few minutes to think where they live and why they're in this situation.
Okay, but
we
then
will understand because they blinded.
Okay, but then look, the question is, so Russia came into Ukraine in 2014, right? To Eastern Ukraine and Crimea too, right? But was Russian propaganda just as strong since 2014? Like, because people like.
Yeah, much stronger.
What do you mean? Because like because like I know that right now they cut off internet.
I don't know
in Russia.
how work propaganda basically. I think they use most strongest tricks how to fool people and how to make these people submissive. You know, it's a difficult because I can explain one example. For example, I have a friends from Ukraine, from Kharkiv, basically, here in Australia. I speak with my father in Russia. I said him, so there is no Nazi or Nazi, how I don't know how correctly pronounce this word. It's a normal, regular people who live there and they have a business, they have a houses, and now they should start from live from scratch. You know, it's everything was live. They had to leave everything in Ukraine. So he don't understand. I speak with him 5 minutes, but propaganda from TV speak with him 24 hours. That's a problem. I cannot be louder than TV.
But what about like, okay, but you know, so what about all of the Russians? Like, okay, look, so I guess my question is, right, like 5 million Russians left Russia since the beginning of the war this year, right? And those people are against the war. Wouldn't it be much more productive if those 5 million people came to the Kremlin, to the Red Square, and were like, no more, than flee? Because those 5 million people could stop.
So yeah, 5 million people without weapons against tanks. I think it would be, you know, bloody jellyfish.
But okay. The reason why I'm asking this is because I was seeing videos, right, from like Ukraine had a resistance thing in 2014, and there's like a documentary about it, and there's just like a lot of pictures, right? And the difference that I notice is that like in Ukraine, there will be 50 policemen for one person, and that one person will be like, fuck no, you're not going to touch me, right? In Russia, there will be one policeman for 50 people, and the 50 people are running away from one policeman. So I feel like,
yeah, that's a strange thing. That when I was on meetings, I don't understand that too, because you see 15 policemen and 100 people around. They basically can apply force to policemen, but I don't know why they don't do that. They believe, you know, like in Belarus, like a protest in Belarus. I guess you remember what happened there.
yeah, I saw, but the thing is, like,
they protest like that's a difference between, I don't know. For example, if we remember protest in Kazakhstan, it was much harder.
So I'm a political like.
By the way, I think Kazakh people and people from Kazakhstan, they are more kind than Russians, but I don't know. Just it's my opinion.
I mean, I don't know, but I was gonna say I'm a political science major, right? So I study poli-sci, and I actually know a lot about what happened in Belarus, and like I'm asking a lot of these questions because you seem like knowledgeable, right? But the reason why Belarus resistance was very different is because in Belarus, there are 2 policemen per 1 person, because in Belarus, one of the only jobs that can actually bring you money is to work for the government. And that's policemen. So when Belarusian resistance happened in 2020, there was 1 person, 2 policemen per each person. So realistically, their police forces outnumbered the people who were resisting. And
definitely.
And out of 8 million people, I think it was like 400,000 that protested, which is it's a huge number. That's like, I think 20% of the population.
I saw videos from Belarus. I speak with some of my friends from Belarus.
So see,
and I guess in this moment then was warmest part of this party. They was in Moscow because they said it's really not safe be in Minsk at this moment.
But what I was trying to say by that is, like, in Belarus, population-wise, there are 2 policemen per regular person. So for them, that resistance was impossible because they had more police than they had people who were protesting. Like, as in, like, and that's just like, like, their police will always outnumber the people.
I understand what you want to say.
But what I'm trying to say is that, like,
do you think, for example, Navalny protests before he was jailed, Navalny starts some meetings in Moscow, but police was involved from whole country in Moscow. You must understand that, because maybe people want...
but how many people protested? How many people protested against the government?
I don't know. That's
Hundreds
a lot.
of thousands.
I don't have an opportunity to see how big it was, because it's from Manezhny Square into Red Square, it's almost full field of people. I don't know.
It's hundreds. It was 400 to 500,000. So what I'm trying to say is that Belarus,
maybe more. Who knows?
By official counts, from, like, let's say it was 3 times more. It was like 2 million people, right? So what I'm trying to say here is that Belarus, population 8 million, had 400,000 people protesting. That's a ton of their population, right? But they're outnumbered by police. Russia, with 145 million, even if you guys had 2 million protesting, that's a teensy tiny little number. You know what I'm saying? As in, like, that is no percent of the population. As in, like, comparatively to the population and to the amount of the police that you have based on how much population you have, that's not enough resistance.
Yeah, maybe. I understand. You're right. It's a very tricky question. I don't have an answer to that, because I don't understand why it's happening. I think it's, then Putin came to government, then he want to gain more power. He start second Chechnya war, and he started explosions in houses in Moscow and in Volgodonsk. Maybe you remember that? Terrorists in Moscow and Volgodonsk. Because Putin did that because he wants to get more power. Because that's people just scary, I guess, and obey to everything what's Russian government say. They don't think. They just doing monkey see, monkey do.
So I guess, like, that's what I was saying, is that, like, Russia, it's not that there is nothing that can be done. It's just that there is not enough people that want to do something, right?
Yeah, because I guess many people leave Russia on this reason too.
That's what I was trying to say, is that like it looks like to me, right? It looks like instead of trying to change, because like 5 million people is a lot of people. It's more than ever came out like on the streets of Russia for any protest, right? At least based on like my research. And 5 million, I think it's actually even 6 million by this point that left Russia since the beginning of the war, right? 6 million people can change a hell lot.
Yes, but it's you know, it's a sometimes it's a family with 2 or 3 kids, so you must understand it's not 5 million exactly.
3, still a ton of people, right? And
yeah,
if you think about it too, like 3 million people, they have friends who are still in Russia who are also against the war, right? So those 3 million people, let's say, that left also have each at least one friend, right? that shares their beliefs. So that is 6 million people, if not more. And then instead of leaving, because like my whole point is that like leaving is never going to fix Russia, right? Is never going to change anything. Right? But like, like the people who are against all of this have the power to change things, but instead of trying and changing them in the large numbers, they're just leaving, right?
Yeah. You know, it's not about only Putin. It's about all his minions, from big ministers and to small towns mayors, or how it's correctly pronounced, major.
Have
Yeah, they all like a small Putin. They.
Have you ever seen?
You know, it's a 20 years he developed this system.
Have you ever seen the documentary called Winter on Fire?
No.
It's a documentary about the 2014 revolution on the Kiev main square in Ukraine.
You know, that's a lot of information about that, and some disinformation made from Russian government to confuse people, and I don't know which information I should trust.
No, but there is like an actual documentary. It's like, it's not really like the documentary, like I watched it, right? And it's not even about what they say, but like they filmed like the literal revolution, like as in they were there when the people were like throwing Molotov cocktails at like police and stuff like that. And it's a very interesting watch, because it's literally people with like no weapons, no anything, against like weapons. And they're making like Molotov cocktails and shit, and they're like throwing them at the police and stuff. And that's how they got their, like what they wanted. So like, to me, watching it from somewhere far away, I was like, wow, I mean, look at that. Because if you want something, you'll do it, right? Because that was just like a bunch of like people with no arms and no weapons, and then like armed police.
Yeah, that's a very difficult question. You know, why it can be happening, but I don't know why people still waiting for something. I don't know.
If there was like a huge resistance in Russia, would you go back and join it?
Huge resistance. I don't know. I guess you know, nothing hold me in Russia. I can't help overseas anyway to resistance, if it's for some reason started, but I don't believe that.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for talking. That was...
Yeah, I guess you should watch one YouTube channel. It's Путинизм как он есть. Я думаю, вам будет интересно.
Sorry?
So, yeah, I know you know Russian and Ukrainian. So,
I know Russian and Ukrainian?
sure.
I don't.
No, you're lying me.
I'm not. I don't speak either.
For sure.
But I don't, though. I wish it'd make my communication with everyone on here much easier. But I don't.
Okay. I don't want to crash for wall for that. No worries. Yeah. But I guess I don't think I can find that with translation. But it's a very interesting movie regarding who is Mr. Putin and how he related with Russian gangs and how he became to power.
A movie or a YouTube channel?
It's a YouTube channel with long movies, like like 1 hour, 2 hours.
Okay, and it's in Russian.
It's a more about from scratch, from how Putin worked in St. Petersburg.
Well, I watched
with Sobchak and what he did with Sobchak and how Putin invade all oil industry in Russia.
Is it like, because I watched the documentary from like the Palace documentary.
Yeah.
There's like
something.
Putin's Palace documentary. And that one has like subtitles. It's in Russian, but it has subtitles and it's on YouTube. And it was made Navalny. Yeah, it was made by the opposition leader, like the dude who's in jail. Potentially still alive. We're not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched that
honestly,
one.
I don't understand people like Putin. He built $1 billion palace. Why? So why?
Greed.
Why he need that? Is it
greed?
I honestly I don't understand. If I have this amount of money, I guess I would prefer doing something like Elon Musk, good company with I don't know. I don't understand that. I guess I will never understand.
Greed. I think it's greed because like if someone doesn't he so okay, I have a book. Wait, let's see. I have a book that I read and it's like what literally about I don't know if we're gonna find it now, but it's called The Man Without a Face, The Unlikely Rise of Vladimir Putin. And it basically talks about how he was in Germany. He's like from a pretty, like his dad was a KGB worker, right? And I think that the way he grew up, like he didn't see money like that, right? So it's kind of like an upbringing. It's like the imperial upbringing, like I am a king and I want a palace. I think that's why. Like it literally doesn't have any explanation to that. Like other than that.
Don't these minions see on Putin had a palace? I want two. Smaller one, but
a smaller one. I mean, I think it's like, well, like I think the thing is that he wants to be king, right? And he wants the Russian Empire back. And there is really nothing to it other than like that. That's why he has a palace. That's why he has all of this shit.
I think it's maybe inappropriate joke, but I think if Putin was involved into modern technology like internet, like online games, I guess he can build palace in virtual reality. That's it.
I mean, he can also just download Sims, right? But that's but narcissism doesn't work that way.
Yeah, for example, if Putin wants to work, he can call the Biden or Zelensky and said, "Oh, okay, I have a great location. Connect to this server. We're starting battle of tanks or something like that, and that's it."
Yeah, but that one, okay, but that's like, I mean, that sounds cool, but like, that's not what the man is doing here. Like, I don't think he wants to play Battleship. Like, realistically, he could probably also play chess or like Battleship or whatever it is, but you know, that's not how narcissism.
Yeah, and Lukashenko can start developing, funny farm on the Mars and grow potatoes, something like that.
I don't think Lukashenko knows like what Mars. I don't. Isn't there no like internet in Belarus? Isn't that like? I don't think the man is.
Yeah, but it was funny.
That's true, but you know what's I've seen a couple of like, I actually haven't spoken to like Belarusians at all, but like the ones that I've seen like on the internet when I read posts and news and stuff like that, they're so annoyed about the whole potato thing, and I feel for them. Like, I feel for them. I mean, it's like the only thing that people talk about.
No, I, as software engineer, I know many Belarusian software engineers. They very smart, very good engineers.
Oh, you're a software engineer.
As well. I know a few Ukrainian. They too. They work currently. I guess they work in Amazon.
Well, I know Eastern Europe in general is like a hub for IT people.
Yeah.
I work in UX design, so I do know, like, I know, like, I mean, I experience quite a bit of that, especially like if projects are being outsourced. It's always outsourced from Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, well, thank you for answering. I feel like you are the most productive conversation I've had ever about this conflict. I don't know, because that's just what it is. So thank you for answering all of my questions, I guess.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, thank you. Have a good rest of your day. Bye. Cheers. You know what's also funny? I said I was a poli-sci major when I started doing this. And then I forgot. And I said that I'm a UX designer, and that didn't rub him. Anyway, I mean, hey, I could do both. Yeah, one sec. Wait, I need to let Vasily in. Yeah, one sec. Wait, mission failed. No, to be fair, he only thought that I was Ukrainian or Russian after I started speaking. He would have not gone through this entire thing, but when I told him about Winter and Fire is when he started being like, "You're Ukrainian." Because the logic of how I was speaking about it was very Ukrainian. I was like, hey, there are a lot of people in Russia and you can change stuff. And I gave examples from a Ukrainian documentary, and he was like, you must be Ukrainian. But you know, it is what it is. I will be back. I need to let my child in. Not my child, but child. Okay. So I think I'm done with Russians for today. I think that was enough Russians for me. That was fine. I almost got discovered. Das stimmt as well. But yeah, he definitely, he did not think anything until I started talking about what Russians can do. And I think that he mentioned that he works in IT and he works with Ukrainians. And so I think that he knows the Ukrainian reasoning for every time Ukrainian people talk to Russians about what they could do. And so I think that's why he was like, oh, okay, I know you speak both languages, because I gave him like the examples of what Ukrainian people usually say, which is because it's possible. And I think that because he said I talked to a lot of Ukrainians, like there is 100% he's heard it before. So I definitely know that was what no, well, he said YouTube, that you would be interested in this like YouTube channel. But I think he was like trying to see, because I mean, I was giving him a very Ukrainian argument because we've gone through it, you know, and we know it's possible. He said, go look up this channel. It's called Putinism As It Is. I think you will be very interested in it. That's what he said in Russian. Also, the funny thing is, I kept trying to hide my nails because what I realized very later on is that there is this little situation over here. Maybe that was what gave me out. But yeah, also, yeah, he definitely, my nails, yeah. But I realized that pretty early on, so I was like talking like this to all of them, and anytime, did you see that I would be like leaning every time I had to fix my hair? That's because I knew my nails, like this one particularly, like, and I can't do that, like that's weird, you know? Yeah. Yeah, also, like, when I was moving backwards to get a book, it was because of these bunnies. Oh, my gosh. But, yeah. But, yeah. Ти така файна, bye. That's what I think of. Thank you, Ying King. Also, oh my gosh, I think there was like a galaxy gift or something like that, and it was so pretty. Like, oh, shooting stars. Oh my god, one of you guys did it. Oh no, and I missed it. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Rita. Rita, thank you. That was so sweet. I saw like a little bit of it. Thank you. But yeah, I missed the shooting star. Oh no. Can you be a valley girl pretending to learn Russian and say Russian words with very... Do you think it'll be a thing in the future, rebuilding? What do you mean? I think that fourth wall, like, you're a comic book movie character. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the fourth wall meant, honestly. I'm not, like, versed in that. Wait. I think the dude is literally here. Wait a second. Wait a second. Yo, wait. Wait. Wait, there is a guy with a Russian last name who said, as I said, I'm a software engineer, with a ton of smiley faces. Oh my god. So, I'm sorry. So this dude, from the very beginning, knew. Like, have you followed followed me before this? Like, what the fuck? Did I get played? How did I out myself? I didn't, like, if he didn't know this beforehand, he would not have found me from that. Okay, sir, but then though, then you know that there is a lot of people watching you, and so we can't trust a single thing you said. You can teach me what? What can you teach me? Oh my god, I'm dying. All right, wait. Let's see. Okay. He doesn't follow me, so I can't invite him on a live here. He can request to be on a live here. Can you request to join the live? Can you request to join the live? Do we let him stay? No, we do let him stay. I'm sorry. It's like the evil mastermind that masterminded me. Oh my god. Thank you so much. I don't have it turned off. It's on. Yeah, request it. For sure. Come on. He was reading our comments. That's why he was looking down. Oh my god. Come on, he's gonna build suspense, you know? That's just what it is. Oh my god. He's counterintelligence. Well, he is the FSB agent Yulia Ivanova, you know? That's what it is. At the end of the day, he's the FSB agent. You know? Oh my gosh, Melissa, I cannot believe you fell asleep because, you know, we have a whole, he's going to show up on YouTube now. It's like a whole, you know, it's going to whole thing. I love how that was like, yeah, I'm a software engineer. Yeah. Is he even really in Australia? We don't know. What if he is the king of Russian trolls? What if I got trolled by a Russian troll? I don't know. I mean, yo, like, I don't know. He either literally knew about this beforehand or I don't know. I mean, I would say if he's like a very high level, if he's a very high level software engineer, he could know where he could know. Like if he's a very high level software engineer, he could easily find out. But not a botter. No, I liked him right away. Yeah, see, you were giving him compliments and he was reading them. That's the whole thing. But Daniel, we're waiting for you. Oh, please don't make us wait. So not nice. Where is the Russian hospitality? Where is the Russian hospitality? Yeah. I can't invite him. He doesn't follow me. The man doesn't follow me. I can't invite him, okay? Maybe he changed his voice and is really a woman. Well, that'd be difficult because he was over there looking like a man. I mean, it was a deep fake. I feel cheated. Well, okay. He's in Australia. You're one of not many people on this stream that can you know, that can well, there is like a guest request thing right here, Daniel, right here, literally right here. If you press that, you can get on the live. Like, well, you can request to be on the live. I know, I still can't, like, it doesn't show me an ability to. Oh, you know what? He does not have 1,000 subs. That's why. He does not have 1,000 subs. That's why. You gotta have 1,000 subscribers. Otherwise, TikTok's not gonna let you go on the thing. Mush that. Carlos, mush dum. Does he have to in Australia? I mean, I don't know. Thing is, like, I can't invite you because it doesn't give me the option to, unless you have, like, if you have this button right here, then let's all go subscribe 1,000 in the US. Yeah, let's all go subscribe. Oh my God. Back to Chatroulette. No, I'm not going back in Chatroulette. Were you like aware of this channel before this conversation happened? Just tell me that. Like, did you know about this channel before that conversation happened? Guys, we don't have enough people to give him 1,000 subs. Like, there is 257 people on here. We're not going to be able to give him 1,000 subs. Yeah, that was a great conclusion to this situation. I do stand by my words, though. Russians can do a lot. And I think it depends on what you want to do and what you don't want to do. Oh my God, so you've watched me this whole time and you decided to... Alrighty. Well, well, well. I'd rather say well, well, well. Oh, man. So he also knew exactly what I think. Like, he knew exactly what I think, too. No, I'm not gonna go back to see if I can catch him. 1984. He spied the spy. I mean, hey, it's not that difficult to do, but see, that's very interesting because he knew all of my arguments and everything that I think before this conversation even started. Maybe it was my husband. No, my husband's like, my husband is like, hi, konnichiwa. It's konnichiwa. I think. I might be wrong, actually. But yeah. So for you on YouTube, the guy from the, so you also have prepared questions. I don't have prepared questions. I ask questions based on how the conversation goes because, like, basically my whole point is to show an unbiased, like, I don't ever ask Russians, like, I don't ever drive people to answers. The reason why I was talking to you and I was telling you that Russians can do a lot is because you sounded like a pretty sound-minded Russian, which doesn't happen very often for me. But I don't have prepared questions. Like, I always start the dialogue with asking, what do you think about the situation? And the reason why I don't say that I speak Russian or Ukrainian is because I don't want bias. Like, I want an actual opinion of someone from Russia who's trying to explain it to a foreigner. Because if I were to say I'm Ukrainian, then, well, I know exactly what I would hear from most of the Russians, especially the ones that actually, like, support the war. If I were to say I'm Russian, I would never say that because I'm Ukrainian. So I don't want to pretend to be Russian. And I don't want to, and also because my audience is English speaking, I don't, like, there's no point for me to speak Russian to Russians. It's just more of like, I want to show what Russians actually think. And like, I show both, like, you know, sound-minded Russians and both like fucking crazy people. But did you like follow me beforehand? Like, did you know my channel before you met me on Chatroulette? Like, did you watch my channel before you saw me tonight on Chatroulette? That's what I'm curious about. Yeah, Luann. "20 minutes before." So you literally found my channel 20 minutes before I found you in Chatroulette. Oh my God. That's hysterical. Well, buckle up because there is a lot on my channel, and I do actually know a lot about Russian, Ukrainian, Eastern European history, and this is what I've been doing since the beginning of the invasion. There are a lot of videos, and I believe that Russian people can do a lot. They just don't want to. You found me? What do you mean? In a lot of cases, you can tell by the accent. Like, Russian-speaking Ukrainians usually have, hi, Thomas. Russian-speaking Ukrainians usually have like a Ukrainian accent. I mean, in some cases you really can't tell, but in a lot of cases, like, Russian-speaking Ukrainians use certain forms of dialect that Russians don't. But in most cases, you can't tell. You can tell when someone is from Moscow. You can tell that because there is a very particular way of speaking. So yeah. So yes. But also, what do you mean you found me? Like, did you like Russian engineer the algorithm on Chatroulette for you to like find me and speak to me while after you were watching the freaking stream? Because that would be wild. That would be wild, and that would be crazy. And also not creepy at all. Oh my God, what? That's the one. Thank you, James. They wouldn't know I'm Ukrainian because my grandparents are Russian and they taught me very proper Russian. Like, my grandparents are from Khabarovsk and from Moscow, and they moved when they were 4 and 3 respectively, and my grandfather is a professor at a college. So Russian people normally wouldn't be able to tell that I'm Ukrainian when I speak Russian because I speak a very, like, proper, I speak very, very, very proper Russian. Yes, the whale was so pretty. It doesn't make creepy noises. It was nice noises, and it like dives and it comes out of like, oh my gosh, the whale was really cool. Thank you. But yeah. No, я разговариваю на довольно чистом русском языке, и мне кажется, сложно было бы русскому человеку понять, или я из Украины, или я из России. Well, you can ask Daniel if he would know if I'm Ukrainian or Russian. Night. Thank you, Leonardo. But yeah. For me personally, like, I don't know. I'm an interesting case in that regard, but I am by no means am proud of, you know, I don't know, at this point, I used to like care very much how I speak when I was a kid. Вам також вітання з України. Доброго вечора. У вас немножко есть небольшой акцентик, это как? Небольшой акцентик, это как? Это типа я вот так не разговариваю или как? Pronunciation of the R? Ukrainian. I mean, to be fair, equal. Like, I speak both Russian and Ukrainian equally because my mom speaks Russian, my dad speaks Ukrainian. Now my mom speaks Ukrainian to me, but my whole life, my mom, thank you, KK668. No, I'm not from Israel. I'm from Ukraine. I'm literally from what a lot of people would call Banderstadt. Thank you, Tatiana. But yeah, I am from Lviv. I'm Ukrainian. I speak Russian because my grandparents are part of Russian immigration. You also speak German. Ja, ich spreche Deutsch ein bisschen. Das stimmt, ich spreche Deutsch. Ich habe Deutsch studiert aus Schule. But yes. I speak a couple of languages, but I gives off French vibes. Well, that's because a very talented illustrator named Zero made that profile picture for me and illustrated, yes, I do, illustrated that picture for me because it was basically like a spy. You know, I'm supposed to look like a spy there. And I have a beret there, and I have like a little Ukrainian trident on it too, but it's a very beautiful gesture done by him to offer to do it for me as a, just, you know, a gesture of kindness. So he did it. But he also has a shop, and he sells his illustrations, and he also does really cool illustrations, and he is awesome. You can send it to me, Kay. I'll translate it for you. I think it's when jumping from English to Russian, the voice changes, why people say you have accent. Oh, ну я не знаю, в принципе, я на русском разговариваю точно так же, мне кажется, как я разговариваю на украинском. Я, правда, никогда в жизни не скажу украинский, но разговариваю я на украинском, и на русском я тоже разговариваю с самого детства, и дедушка у меня с бабушкой разговаривает на русском. Ну, уже нет. Уже нет. Но раньше разговаривали, до войны разговаривали. И у меня бабушка с дедушкой из Хабаровска и из Подмосковья переехали во время Второй мировой. Дедушка во время Второй мировой, бабушка после Второй мировой. Yeah. Yankee from... Oh my gosh, my accent changes with it depending on the time of day. Sometimes I speak like Lavrov. Sometimes I speak like, sometimes I speak like Lavrov. Sometimes I speak like, Лавров. Але так, я згідна. Українська набагато гарніша мова, і я завжди якби, тобто, basically, to answer your question, I speak Russian and Ukrainian equally as well, but I do prefer Ukrainian. I always spoke Ukrainian everywhere other than with my mom and my mom's family. And in my everyday life, I use Ukrainian much more than I use Russian. I always did that. I also grew up in a very Ukrainian city. And I also always considered myself a Ukrainian speaking Ukrainian. But I do, like, everybody knew that I speak Russian at home and stuff like that. And I also, I mean, like, I never, like, considered myself anything. I just considered myself Ukrainian. And, like, I never really thought about it until now. Like, I never really thought about it until 2014. That, like, I don't know. I was always Ukrainian, and I always loved being Ukrainian, and Ukraine was my country and is my country. And I never thought of anything like, oh, eye makeup is the term, and never speak a word of Russian. That's true. That's very true. But that's like the thing that, you know, I never really thought of like considering myself a Ukrainian speaking Ukrainian or a Russian speaking Ukrainian. I always considered myself Ukrainian. In my world, Ukrainian was my first language and Russian was an additional language that I knew. And for me, like, I didn't consider it as like, oh, I'm like a Russian speaking Ukrainian, right? For me, it was like, well, my grandparents are from Russia. That's why I speak Russian too. So it wasn't like a part of my identity as a Ukrainian, right? It was rather that like I know this bonus language because my grandparents come from Russia, right? So like growing up, really, I just like it wasn't part of like, I thought when I was a kid, there were some like, well, that's like a longer story that I'll do at some other time. But like, I knew that Russian in a lot of ways in Russia was considered like cooler and more superior. Oh my gosh, thank you, Kay. And it was part of like something that I knew. And I like thought I was so cool for knowing proper Russian and having like, you know, Russian roots and stuff like that, which turns out I don't, because my grandparents are not ethnically Russian at all. By no means. They're Baltic Balkan and Jewish. But yeah. But I never thought of like Russian as part of like Ukrainian identity. To me, it was always a part of like the fact that my grandparents came from Russia. Nationality is Ukrainian. That's the whole thing. It's just that now we need to explain to people that Russian-speaking Ukrainians are still Ukrainians. They're not Russians. That there was never like a thing. We never identified as like a Ukrainian-speaking Ukrainian or a Russian-speaking Ukrainian. We always identified as Ukrainian. It's just now with the full-scale invasion, people in the beginning were like, oh, there are like Russians in Ukraine. And so we had to explain to people that they're not Russian. They're just Russian-speaking Ukrainians. That's why. Also, someone subscribed earlier, and welcome to the spy lair. But okay, alrighty, guys. I do gotta go. Vasil is home, and I gotta go hang out with Cindy because Cindy is gonna be upset. And I gotta wake up at like a decent time tomorrow, so I would like to go to bed. But this was fun. You know, hi, Beth. This was fun. I got spied. Or, yeah, I got spied. Woo! But I'm still like, I'm curious how this dude, because he said that he found me 20 minutes before I showed up on his Chatroulette. And then he said, no, I found you on Chatroulette. So I got spied. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to turn off YouTube and Twitch, and I will see you. And I will see you tomorrow for the news.